Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name's Annie. This is week 2 of the March Molasses Madness that Lynn from Bucket List Homestead and myself are doing. And this week we're going into battle.
In today's March Molasses Madness video, it's the Battle of the Molasses Bread. In this corner, representing Nova Scotia, Lynn's recipe. And in the other corner, representing Newfoundland, Annie's recipe. Who will rise to the top as champion? Let's get ready to bake!
So today I am making, for the first time, and I have to say I'm a little bit stressed out because I saw Lynn's video and hers is like, it looks really good, looks really easy, and I never do this. I never try for the first time and film a recipe like right off the bat. But anyways, this is gonna be interesting. So I chose a Newfoundland molasses sweet bread. So the original recipe is for 4 loaves. I don't want to do 4 loaves, so I wanted to do 1 loaf, but I cannot, so it will be 2. There's like two ingredients that I was not able to separate in 4, so it's going to be 2 loaves. So here's what you're going to need. I'm going to put the full recipe in the description below, the link. You'll be able to go and check it out. So half of the recipe is half a cup of lukewarm water, 1 tablespoon of sugar, I'm using cane sugar, 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and you're going to need a little bit more for kneading, 3/4 cups of 2% milk. I only had 1% here. It was part of a basket I receive every week, and it was like a 1% milk I have, so that's what I'm going to be using. Half a cup of molasses. It says fancy molasses, but I'm using what I have here, blackstrap molasses. Half a teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of melted and cooled butter, 1 large eggs, and optional, I will not be doing it, 1 cup of raisin. I don't have that, and I'm not too fond of dried raisins anyways. So let's try making this bread. Okay, so let's start with the first couple of steps. So I have on the oven the milk and the butter that is melted, and once that is melted, I'm going to put it aside. I have prepared my molasses, half a cup. And I have prepared my egg, just 1 egg. I just beat it with a fork, and I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to try to do it in my Nutri-Mill because it is a dough. So there is a recipe note. It said to put hot water in my measuring cup that is glass. I don't have glass measuring cup, so I just use this. And then to dump it and then measure the lukewarm water and to put it to here. So if you want a little bit more details on that and that note, you can go check out the recipe. So half a cup of the water, lukewarm water. I'm going to add the sugar. Mix well. Add the yeast. And I'm going to let this mixture sit for about 10 minutes. But this is what it looks like. It's going to be a fun experiment. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. This is what it looks like. I have my Nutri-Mill out, the paddle attachment, 1.5 cups Yeah, 1.5 cups of flour. The sugar, sorry, the salt. And I'm gonna mix that on low. Okay, now it's the time for the molasses. The milk and the butter. The egg. It says to turn this on for 5 minutes. Oh, wait, no. Molasses, milk, butter, eggs. Oh, yeast mixture. I forgot the most important part. The yeast. That would have been not funny. Now we're gonna mix this for 5 minutes. I'm gonna switch the paddle attachment to the dough attachment. Now, okay, so I'm going to turn it on low and add half a cup at a time, about. So what we want is we want the dough to remove from the side. I'll show it to you up close when we're there. I just want to make sure that there's nothing sticking on the middle of the shaft before I add just a little bit more flour. This is what it looks like. So the sides are all removed. One of the reasons why I bought this little machine, I love the Nutrimill. I got a comment on one of my videos that it does look similarly to the Bosch. It is, it's a sister company. So the Bosch for me was not affordable, and this was a more affordable deal that I found, I think 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. And I'm using it pretty often. So I'm gonna knead this dough for 5 minutes, but it does say to do it by hand. So I'm gonna do like half-half. Looks like that. So with floured hands. This is a tool I really, really enjoy. It's one of the first tools I got myself to enhance my baking experience. And a bench cutter. And then slowly I got tools like this one, the Nutrimill. Okay, so you can prepare a grease bowl and let it rise in a grease bowl. You know, baking, there's a lot of dishes involved in baking, so I'm just gonna leave it in there. And if you do the same thing, just make sure you remove your dough hook. I have to admit, I was a little bit scared when I saw Lynn's video, but I'm feeling pretty confident now. Like, the dough looks what it's supposed to. It smells awesome. So Lynn, you know, we might, you know, I could have the best recipe, you know, just saying, wink, wink. There goes 5 minutes. So since this is a friendly competition between me and Lynn, I have a suggestion for you. You know, we are at competition with our two doughs. But you know what would be fun is if you try both of our recipes and let us know in the comments of either this video or Lynn's video which one you actually think is the best. So this one is gonna stay here for 2 hours. I'm gonna cover it with a damp towel, and I'll see you in 2 hours. It's been a little bit over 2 hours. My house is pretty cool. This is what the dough looks like. There's more waiting. We have to be patient. Okay, so if you didn't leave it in your Nutrimill or your any type of mixer, you punch the dough and you remove the gases. Okay, you know, there's not much to clean, which is fun. And then it says to knead the dough a couple of times, cover it, and let it rest for 10 minutes. I'm gonna give it a couple of kneads. Form a ball. And let it rest 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes. So, since my house is not that warm, it took a little bit more than 2 hours and a half for it to get big. So I set up a little table in front of my stove, my gas stove, to heat the house for the second portion to make sure that it rises in 2 hours. Okay, divide it in two. So it says to have grease pans. I prefer using paper. Okay, so I'm gonna lay the dough flat. Does it say to roll it? Yeah, roll each portion. Roll it a bit. I'm going to tuck the ends under to make it cute. Okay, the first loaf for me is always, it never really looks what it's supposed to look like. So I always have a little struggle, but I fix it. Okay, there you go. I'm going to do the same thing with the second one. See. Okay, this one's a little bit better. You pinch under, roll it, roll under the ends. Okay, so definitely this one is way better. There you have it. And it says, I just want to make sure, with the smooth and rounded top exposed. Voila. So this is gonna rise with the wet, this one is a clean kitchen towel, not the damp, and this is gonna poof for 2 hours. But I wanna make sure that you note this. So my house is chilly, so they say that it has to be at least risen 2 inches above the loaf pan. So above this. So once you have that, this is where you can go to the next step, bake it. I just want to let you know, I think I forgot saying this earlier. If you don't want to miss out any of the videos that I publish, especially the ones from the March Molasses Madness, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell to advise you that I have a new video that came out. There will also be the playlist of Lynn's videos and my videos in the description below. Okay, so I made sure that within 2 hours they're gonna be ready. So they are 2 inches above. I preheated the oven at 350 and these are gonna bake for about 50 minutes, but I do have a trick that I will tell you when they come out to let you know if they are ready. Okay, so it's been 50 minutes. The test that I do is I take a thermometer and I stick it in the middle of the dough. And if it says close to 200, the dough is ready. So between 190 and 200, the dough is ready. Both of them are ready. Okay, so it says to roll it right away on the wire rack. And then there's a friendly note that I enjoy. It says, in typical Newfoundlander fashion, you would brush off the loaves with butter while they're still hot. So let's try that. It says to help to soften the top crust. Ooh, this is hot. Ooh, this is hot. This is hot. I have a feeling that this is going to be delicious with butter. I know I'm supposed to wait, but you know, for camera's sake, I'm going to taste it. So the verdict, I knew Cedric wasn't going to like it. Emilia loves it. Philip? Yes? Philip loves it. There's only one thing I'm going to say. I don't have fancy molasses. I have only blackstrap molasses. Fancy, I think, tastes a little bit more sugary. So I think I should have added a little bit more sugar because I only added 1 tablespoon. But definitely a good dough, soft with butter. It's super, super good. What'd she say? Yeah. Thanks for passing by. Have a good day. Bye.